Can Europe make it 3 Weber Cup wins in a row? They currently lead 11 points to 4, big favourites. But the USA did win the last game. That's thanks to Parker Bone III with a bit of red on that scoreboard there. Stuart Williams versus Bill O'Neill coming up. We can head over to our commentators now. Cass Edwards and Simon Golding, and joined by Martin Lucky Larson.
Yes, indeed. Thanks very much, Tony. About to get this next singles match underway. Brief respite from what has been a brutal Weber Cup so far for Team USA after that Parker Bone point. But Bill O'Neill once again in the spotlight and under pressure. Great welcome for Stu Williams to the lane, very popular member of this Team Europe setup. And I'm delighted to say we've got another very popular member in the booth, Martin Larson. Well played, Lucky. Great so far at this year's Weber Cup.
Thanks a lot. I couldn't ask for more. What a start we got here. It's a big honor to be over here and bowl on this lane. I can't ask for more.
Well, O'Neill's been throwing that cherry ball pretty well during practice, and that's not such a good opener. I know it's tough to explain, and I know you've been chatting to the guys before and after matches. What on earth's going on this year?
I don't really know what it is, but they're trying to figure it out with different surfaces, different ball speed. Just seems like we see the lane more natural like than them. It's we don't have to trick it off our hands. We get a little loose with the swing now, and it just seems like they have to throw better shots to strike than we have.
And I know Captain Mika is missing, but you seem to have got a pretty good team spirit together under Don Barrett.
We for sure does. I mean, we're hanging along, and we're spending a lot of time together, and I think we know each other really well at this moment. And Dominic has been making some really good captain's choices here with patterns and lineups and stuff. So far, it's really good.
Just got a little bit better as well. Tell us about that oil pattern down there. What's Stuart Williams trying to do?
It just seems like we are maybe playing the lanes a little bit closer to the dry, so we use the dry a little bit more than some of the US guys, and it makes the ball have a little bit more energy going through the pins. And that one is just blackjack. It's perfect shot from Stewie, and the one from Billy, it's just pushing a little bit too much, goes a little too far before it hooks, and at 210s, it seems that they split every time they throw a bad shot, and we don't.
There you go, Cass. That's what you've been saying.
Yeah, well, it's a freshly dressed lane this time, and unfortunately Bill opened up with a 2-4-10 split, which was open, and Stuart struck. Martin, you've shot 700 over your first 3 singles games. Obviously you're liking the condition.
Yeah, I can't complain. My ball reaction has been really good. I mean, of course there's shots you want to throw better, but like that one that Billy threw there, it's a really good shot, and those ones have struck for us, and very many times they haven't for them. But for me, that I got a couple of balls, especially the one that the blue and yellow haywire, that been rolling really good for me and for a couple of my teammates.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate when, as Bill has just done, presuming a pretty good-looking strike shot and rings that 10-pin in the corner.
Yeah, and when you leave those ring 10s, you want to try to figure out why you do it, and it's really easy to try to trick it and do something extra with the ball, and then you might split instead. It doesn't lose up your swing at all.
No, that's right. Overcompensation.
Correct.
No, I think that's what's impressed us about your performance again this year. You've made those adjustments very calmly. You've come up with the shot almost instantly when you've needed to.
I think that's one of the things with our team atmosphere as well. It might look like you do your choices by yourself, but pretty many of them are in discussion with the team. And I think that we are doing that a little bit better than the US guys. That's my opinion right now, at least.
A little pause there for Stu Williams to regroup, working that strike from the first ball. Got the rhubarb and custard ball out again. That's worked pretty well for him so far. Yeah, holds it into the pocket beautifully and doubles up straight away. The pressure's on O'Neill.
Martin, some of us are quite impressed with the way you guys performed in Vienna as a team. Team Europe, all 4 of you out there.
That was a really good practice session for us, because in that European Tour tournament in Vienna, you bowl doubles when you qualify, and we took the opportunity to bowl together, and that might help us even more. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, second and third spot in the doubles tournament. Oski came second in the singles.
Well, Bill O'Neill trying to avoid coming second here in this game, and his first strike in frame 3. It's a good one. That's what he was throwing it like in practice. That's what he threw it like in the Baker game as well with this new ball choice.
Well, he had to do something. He's had a 170 and a 175 in his first 2 singles, and that is way below par.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's so fun and so great to be on this lane when you bowl good, but it's really, really hard. You want to win so bad with your team and this big crowd here and everything. He has a lot of pressure. It's I don't want to switch with him.
No. It's a lonely old place up there. Bowling out a match that you were hoping to win, and he's going to find it tricky if Williams keeps bowling like this.
Yeah, that's another. The first 2, he's really pure them. This one goes a little longer, still has energy to get back, and that 6-pin goes up and slap the 10. That's the carry that we've been having, and they haven't been quite as often as we have.
Yeah, that's right. They've either had a rigging 10 or flat 10. But as you saw there, just a little slap from the 6, and the 10 is gone. Makes 3 strikes in a row for Williams.
O'Neill working a strike through the head pin. That was always going to leave something. And it does. How quickly, Martin, is the lane condition breaking down under the lights and with the crowd in here?
It goes kind of quickly. If you're bowling good for 4 or 5 shots, and you're bowling another righty, you probably have to think about move a little bit after 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah, it's as quick as that. You've got 10 bowling balls going down for 5 frames, all in the same sort of area, unless, of course, you're Parker Bone, who's
I was going to say, if you're bowling against Bone, then you've just got to keep striking. It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the fact for sure. But this last shot from Bill was again typical of what happened this weekend. He had a light strike, the one before, and he wanted to try to hit the ball a little bit more to go through the pins a little bit better, and he just did it a little bit too much, and he 4-pinned. For a well-trained eye, that's ours. We'll see stuff like that, and it's just really tough to make the right adjustments in that moment.
No adjustments required for Beef Stu Williams. It's another great ball. 4-bagger then for Stu.
Yeah, looking well lined up.
Well, it's just fabulous as a teammate to see that. He pure shot after shot, and ball just goes perfect through the pins. That's exactly what we're looking for. And of course, that frees up your swing as well, and just enjoy the moment here with this massive crowd here.
And of course, puts pressure straight back on your opponent. That's a better looking shot from Bill. Kicks the 10-pin out this time.
A good response. What was the team thinking ahead of this evening's session? What would you be happy with? 3-all?
Well, we just try to really get it down to win every match, because it's so easy to start thinking about it should be better for TV if it's tight and everything. And we know if we give them the little finger, they're going to grab the whole hand as soon as they can. So
don't worry about us. Just get the job done, Martin.
Yeah, we will really try to. And so far it looks like we are really focused, and everybody who wants up there is going for the win. And like Dominic lost the last match, and he was kind of pissed he lost.
Yeah, he wasn't happy, but you know, those things happen, and Bone was very, very good in terms of getting it finished. First little problem for Williams, though. What happened here?
Well, high through the headpin, and 3-6-10 with the 7-pin as well. Very makeable spare. If you can chip that 3-pin right-hand side and bounce it across, goes with the harder ball and takes it away. Look at that. Hard and straight with the spare ball and chips the 3 into the 7. Fantastic looking split conversion.
Look at the crowd, and of course that's even more frustrating for the US guys. They're looking into an open frame for us, and he goes up and picks it up like it's his job.
That's it. Throw us a bone. That's what the Americans are thinking.
Hello. What's going on here?
Oh dear. Well, these two had a little chat in the Baker. I can tell you that it was all very friendly behind the scenes once they came off the stage, but I don't know. I think the guys are feeling it. The American players are feeling it, and who would blame them? This is a very, very tough Weber Cup at the moment for them.
Yeah, and they're of course going to try whatever to get us off the oh my God, to get us off the hook and to get our focus away. And
as long as it doesn't hurt you, and you know this, don't you? If you indulge in a chat with your opposition, it mustn't affect you. That's rule number 1.
Yeah, that's the way it is. And if there is somebody you don't want to talk to too much, that's Stewie. Stewie knows how to deal with that. He's for sure our professional one in that matter.
He does love a bit of trash talk, does Stu Williams. And he said you have to learn to handle it out on the PBA. You know, when you get there as the new boy and from a different country, never going to be easy. He tried. He tried. Unlucky Bill O'Neill. He's got the opposite nickname to you at the moment, I'm afraid, Martin.
Yeah, there was no luck there, but it's a 2-4-8-10. Almost impossible for the right-hander, but he gave it a shot. He had the right idea, but it didn't quite work. Unfortunately, it is an open frame.
Yeah, what can I say? Stu makes his 6 split and Bill just missed his. Momentum, guys, it's a big thing. It's tough to explain.
Cass, we're just hearing a bit of a nasty fact about O'Neill in terms of his stats at this tournament, but that's not going to help Williams and Team Europe, is it, the big split?
I actually think that's the first 7-10 out of the pocket we leave this tournament, and they had quite a few, so sooner or later will happen.
Yeah, the 4 goes around the 7 and the 6 goes around the 10, and you miss both of them.
But the next man up, O'Neill, unfortunately, king of the open frames at the moment. He's got the most in this tournament so far. He'll want to avoid any more, though. Now he's kind of back in this one.
Well, the unfortunate thing is his open frames have all been splits.
Yeah, if I would be an American guy, I would kind of like him to throw something else, because it just looks like he has to throw it too good. Like, he has to nail the shots to strike. I mean, he's not bowling that bad. It's just every single thing he does wrong, he got punished. Me personally, I would like him to throw something a little stronger, hooks a little earlier, but I won't go down and tell him.
No, of course no. No. Play the percentages, though. You're absolutely right. You love your golf, and I guess the analogy in golf is you know you should be hitting a nice steady 7, but you think, no, I can make this with an 8.
Yeah, and it's also, they tried a couple of things, so he's probably not really sure what to go to, what to try to. And just seems like when you have that momentum, you making the right choices. These things adds up.
Stuart Williams just wiping the lane oil off the ball there. It's freshly dressed lane, and of course the ball picks up plenty of that lane oil on the track and affects how the ball rolls, but no effect there. Great looking shot, another strike for Williams.
Yeah, back in business. Back in business, and
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that.
Well, good stuff. I think we'll leave on a high point. Martin, I know you want to get back to the team and get back to supporting. Thank you very much for coming and joining us in the box. Great insight into what's happening, and well played so far this year.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll see you again down on the lane soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Larsson just leaving the commentary box. Great to hear from him. And a man on the high, and as he said, it's a lane you want to be on when you're winning. It's not a lane you want to be on when you're playing, unfortunately, like Bill O'Neill is at the moment. Can't catch a break.
Better looking shot from Bill O'Neill, right in the pocket with some angle. That's what kicks that 10-pin out. Still hasn't hit 2 strikes in a row, unfortunately, and he's got the 2 open frames, so it cannot be a high score. If he strikes out, it's going to be 207. Williams is maxing out at 250 if he can keep going. Ooh, lucky boy.
He's working hard, isn't he, to cover those changes down there with this ball.
Yeah, just a little bit light on speed, I think, and he's got the reaction in the back end. Leaves the 4-9 split, but the 4-pin's gone, so lucky Williams. Just a single pin spare. Could have been a tricky little split for him. Hard and straight with the spare ball, takes the spare away, which is all he needed to do. He can afford to have a couple of frames without strikes.
There you go, that's how it stands. Stuart, as Cass says, can afford a few errors on the way to what looks like another Team Europe point. Again, another good chat to himself. Very much part of his game these days. Shot again from Bill O'Neill, but is it too late?
Well, yeah, it's likely to be too late. It's two in a row, so it's his first double. It was a great looking shot, buried it right in behind the head pin. Again, Williams wipes the oil off the ball just to give it a squeaky clean feeling. Of course, as it comes off the oil at 40 feet, it will hit dry back end part of the lane, and that's where the power and the rotation on the ball takes it up into the pocket. It hooks, then rolls, and then hits 10. Look at that, what a great shot.
That was a good shot, and that was a pressure shot as well. That's a clutch strike from Stu Williams.
Yep, came at an important time. just shot 2 strikes in a row. Williams needed to get back there, and he is. And you can see the difference in the maximum scores. We've now at the 10th frame.
There's one of those horrible splits. Yeah, thank you, good night, says Bill O'Neill.
Game over, unfortunately. And he knows it. I mean, it's so unlucky. It wasn't that a disastrous shot. It certainly didn't deserve the 7 and a 10.
Well, he tried. He tried everything, let's be honest. Even that little chat with Stu Williams, but I think he's let Mr. Williams get inside his head, and you don't want to do that. You really don't. So Bill O'Neill down and possibly out here at Weber Cup 16. He has contributed almost nothing to his team, and that will be hurting him more than anything else that has happened so far. For Stu Williams, though, he keeps on flying. It's not been a perfect performance from him here at the Weber Cup, but he's bounced back very nicely from that singles defeat this afternoon to put another point on the board for Team Europe here this evening.
Yeah, 237, 234 were his previous singles games. And this is going to be 230 as well. And unfortunately, Bill O'Neill has shot another 170 game, his third 170 game in the singles on the bounce.
Just stands up for the count. But this job is done and dusted. Stuart Williams with another solid performance. He's gradually matured into a very, very good bowler. Goes air ball for the spare. Touch of Major Mika there with that last throw. Tribute to Mika Kowieniemi, last year's captain. But Stuart Williams, who's grown into a really popular figure for this Barnsley crowd, has once again brought it home. Fabulous scoring from Williams across his singles. He keeps saying to the Americans, you want to win? You come and get me. 2-2-1 beats 1-7-3. A dejected O'Neill leaves the stage, but Stuart Williams, it's all good for Team Europe. It's another point on the board for them. More to come after the